Tennis Federation as he was fined $5,000 for missing 2 WTT tournaments. Recall that sometimes in February and of course in March he missed the WTT competition, citing diarrhea and club commitment. He said in his defense that he reached out to the WTT, but they didn't acknowledge the fact that he would not be participating in those tournaments. And yet again, over the weekend, he missed another tournament, and this time they said enough is enough. You're going to be fined, and he was slammed with a $5,000 fine by the WTT. Remember that the first time he was saying because he was black, those people didn't value him, they didn't value his health. He gave a lot of his stands, and they didn't pay attention. And now he has repeated it again.
I think this fine is for what happened far back in February and March. He missed a WTT championship in February and also missed a WTT championship in March. So those two events are the reason why he has been slammed a $5,000 fine. We hear he says he reached out to them, like you did say, he had spoken with them, but unfortunately they did not respond. And now he's done one thing. He's taken the case to the ITTF tribunal, saying that he feels hard done by. We'll wait and see what the jury decides. But he has been slammed $5,000. And I was doing the math into Nigerian currency. That's the amount of money you get when you win gold. That's what he's been fined. But anyway, it is what it is. Wait and see what the tribunal decides. But so far so good. 5,000 has been awarded as the fine for Haruna Quadri.
A back-to-back WTT tournament. He didn't participate and he was fined over the weekend. That was confirmed. We hope moving forward, whenever he has any reason to miss any competition, the right channel should be followed. Saying that he did told the administrators, the WTT Federation, told those that in charge of the competition that he will not partake.
He was sick.
But then it seems that his excuse was not recognized, and he was fined. All right, moving forward away from Haruna's Kadri's saga, let's move to basketball as coach Ogu or Daudu has finally moved to Rwanda after shining like a million star in a just concluded Basketball African League, where his team finished third and he was voted as the coach of the tournament. Rwanda side, talking about Rwanda Energy Group Basketball Club, say that you are good enough to be a coach, and voila, he was snapped from Rivers Hoopers. Now he will continue the Lord's work in Rwanda.
Like you said, he reported that he has arrived Rwanda already.
He has even begun a training section with the team.
They've got a playoff for the team who represent Rwanda in the BAL. That playoff will start up exactly August the 30th. So he's got there. But I think this is a problem we need to talk about. Our basketball is not in a good place. And then you get a manager who has done the unthinkable, take us to our best ever journey, our best ever ride at the Basketball African League. And then maybe he gets to that pinnacle, he leaves African football.
Oh, wow.
The exodus continues. And when we talk about things like this, I was like, what's going on? Is it that we don't have the right facilities or the right money to keep such a man? Is Rivers Hoopers not? Are they broke? Don't forget they have so many foreign-based players in the squad. So means they've got the money. So what is he going there for? After all, he finished in a better position than Rwanda, the Rwanda Energy Group. So maybe it could be the money they offer. It could be too good to turn down. But again, we need to start finding a way to ensure that our league begins to grow. And the only way it can grow is by keeping our best. And look at the exit of players to the Nigerian Premier Football League to Europe. The exit of players from the Nigerian Women Football League to Europe. And other African countries. And now it's now
having a MVP goalkeeper, Amaso Basoge, moving over to the same thing
in women football.
Not forgetting the captain of the champions, the Enugu Rangers, moving.
Not forgetting in the men's category, Ruben. A charity and moved up to Alali in the Egyptian League. So you ask us from Bayelsa and Queens. So you ask, why are we losing our best players from our? And now it's not happening.
Coach,
it's now turning to basketball. This is the best coach in Nigeria. He was once the coach of the Tigers, and the coach of Rivers Hoopers doing so great. We're so happy. I think the Fiora was so much. He even did a coaching clinic where he was teaching you coaching what to. But now, yeah, I was quite disheartened when I heard this news. Is it that we can't keep our best hands in Nigeria, or is it that they pay better? Is it the fact? Something must be really wrong with our sporting architecture.
Something must be really wrong. Should we blame it on the various federations? Should we blame it on the sport ministry? Or we should blame it on these gladiators themselves as being money mongers? Should that be the case? only time will tell. Because for me, I believe that when a man is celebrated and a man's future in the game, both financially, materially, and otherwise, is secured, I do not see reasons, or I cannot fathom why they will leave where the field is greener to where they aren't even sure if their future is safe. This happens to be the story of a sporting system. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's move away from tennis and basketball. Let's come down to the king of sport, and that is footballer. Should we say a standing ovation, a round of applause, or bring out the trumpets and the drum to celebrate this man? 5 years in the wilderness is out and better. Coach Samson Siasia saying is back. This time being more passionate, rejuvenated, and better, as I said, to continue where he stopped, saying that before he was handed that fine, that he is innocent. The court of FIFA actually who fined and of course exiled him from football, didn't give him a chance to defend himself, and then he has served the ban, and he's back. Following the report we had over the weekend, and where he visited some of us, that we had some good times with him over the weekend, he said he's back, and this time he wants to dominate the coaching scene.
Absolutely. Something serious, a friend of the house, like you already said. What a wonderful man he was, you know. I think he went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, remember? And his fine was
reduced to 5 years.
5 years. 5 years has come and gone. The man is ready. Speculation around the man's future is beginning to ring around the air. Super Eagles job,
mighty jets of Jaws.
He will continue until he gets a job because, like I did say, it's one of the best hands, if not the best coach in Nigeria has ever produced. I said that anyway, and I said that to him as well, because since he left Nigeria, let's be sincere, our football has taken a nosedive. You know, at the Olympics, he won silver, he won bronze, and since then we failed to qualify. You know, I could argue that his record with the Super Eagles is not really friendly because every time he's been appointed to play Messiah, you know, when Nigeria is about to go out, that's say, I come 2 games to go, come and do a miracle. And unfortunately, it can't be that miracle worker we're looking out for. But I think it's a good news that he's back. Wait and see what next for him. But come on, one of the best ever hands in Nigerian coaching world is back, and we wish him all the best of luck in his endeavor. But like I said, for now, the speculation will keep going where right and there. Is it going where? Is it going there? We'll keep our hand crossed and we follow all the details coming across, all the information from Samson here.
Very good. But then, Sport Bishop, let me put you on the spotlight for a minute. If you want to give him a job, perhaps it is in your hand. Let's just say you play the genie from the magic lamp, and you say that you want to give him a wish, the Super Eagles job or NPFL club football. Which would you advise him to start?
Advise him
actually.
I would have said he should start from the Excel. How would you do it from low to high? But if I was the one in charge of him of the NFF, I would give him the job of the Super Eagles.
5 years.
Absolutely. Come on, man.
No coaching, no footballer involvement.
Come on, man.
And voila, you move to the Super Eagles.
We all know one way or the other.
Okay.
He hasn't lost touch of what's happening in the footballing world. But the truth is this: I think he's a fantastic manager. If we give him 50% of the support, we give all the Peseros, the Generals, you know, the guy could hit the heavens. I'm one of the big. I'm not saying it for any reason. I'm saying it for the right reason. I'm one of the biggest fan of Samson Siasa, and you know how I am when it comes to playing, not just winning games, but playing beautiful football. I'm very passionate. I don't care how you win. People say I don't care how you win, but me, I do care. That's why I had my issue with Pesero. I was never convinced, no matter how he took us to the final. I was never convinced with God bless his soul, late Stephen Keshe, and the way he won his African coordination. So now I'm still asking myself, I'm trying to wrap my head around how did he do that? You know, that's why I give him the kudos. He plays good football. They play exciting. Let's talk about the Olympics. The Chinedu bookcase, the Open and Suffers, the Peter Sazo wing games. Exactly. When we played our best football at under 20, at this under 23 level, he was in charge, and he did that winning stuff. So I'm a man who wants you to play well and win stuff, and it looks like the man who can do that.
Somebody will say, thank God the Sport Bishop is not in charge of coaching selection in the NFF. Let's still stick with national team football Sport Bishop, but this time let's talk about the Super Eagles. You know we can't stop talking about them. They are a number one priority. If you ask me, we are sport journalists, so we should promote our own. We hear that the players are talking tough.
Yeah.
The Super Eagles players are talking and getting themselves ready ahead of the game between Nigeria and Benin Republic that will be going down right here in Nigeria, in Uyo to be precise. The players are optimistic that they are ready to get the job done following their performance over the weekend. The player says at this time they know what's at stake. Qualifying for the AFCON, there is a
non-negotiable.
Absolutely, that they are set to do to get the job done.
I listened to Wilfred Ndidi after the game. Also, I did listen to a certain Alex Iwobi, the star boy. You know, he was the man who went under so much criticism after the team couldn't win the African Cup of Nations. Let's not go back to that issue where he had to even close down his social media handle and all of that. But the boy has, I see, it is one thing I've noticed about Alex Iwobi. He seems to enjoy life at Craven Cottage. The guy plays his best brand of football. He's very exciting, enticing, and very beautiful to watch, you know. And no matter what the coach plays him, as a winger, as a attacking midfielder, he seems to find the goods, and I'm very happy for him. So, like you said, the players are talking tough, but don't forget there's still uncertainty wrapped around the Super Eagles. Still no manager yet.
I don't want to go there. I just don't want to talk about that for now.
So it's uncertainty because the players, I know they can.
They are saying with or without a coach, they are ready to go.
Who is going to be selecting the players? Okay, that's a big question. What style of players the person, the selector, wants to bring to the party? Let's assume now you get a coach who comes in and want to scatter everything I've done by Finidi Jordan and Professor and wants to bring something new. You know, these players only have 4 or 5 days to train. So there's a lot of permutations around all these issues. Are they ready to? Are they in the right frame of mind to meet any new coach by the time they hit camp? So these are the things we need to look out for. So, like you said, some of our players this weekend have been in fantastic form. Simon Moses was on target for Nuns. Alex Iwobi was on target.
We will come to that and talk about our players how they fared over the weekend.
Some of our players did so well. And,
scoring brace and what have you.
Setting the guy from Scotland, you know. So it's
surreal.
Exactly. So I'm really quite happy with what our players have done so far. I believe that they have what it takes to win the Benin Republic and give Ghana Roy a taste of his own medicine.
Absolutely.
If you'd ask me.
And Ghana Roy is talking tough. Yeah. He's set to unleash his players that will do the damage to the Super Eagles, just like he did the damage against the Super Eagles in the World Cup qualifiers, defeating us by 2-1, coming from a goal down. All right, away from our national team football, now let's talk a club of football where our teams didn't really fare well over the weekend. But first, let's start with women football. As first, they were the champions of the Nigerian Women Football League. Talking about my own Edo Queens. I will say that to high heavens. And now they have shown that they are the best team as long as the Wafu B zone is concerned. Talking about the qualification for the Women's Champions League, Edo Queens showed that they were superior over their opponents. Talking about the Benin side, Ainanonvi, I beg your pardon, Football Club, when they defeated them by 3-0. As I'm talking to you, they are right now in Nigeria, Edo State to be precise. They have been to the government house displaying the trophies, and they are showing why they are the best team. As long as West Africa is concerned, they are now into the competition that will scheduled to take place later this year. The Queens, fantastic.
Absolutely, they arrived on Sunday in Lagos, and like you said, they've moved down to
Benin City, those states.
Benin City. The good news we hear, we had 5 players.
Dominated the team of the season.
Absolutely, Essien, we know she needs no introduction. She was one of the top scorers in the competition. You have Oruko, the centre back, Uzoma in goal, Abudin Sulayat, who was man of the match in how many games in that competition as well. And not forgetting Samuel as well in midfield. So 5 players in Nigeria making the team of the tournament. Fantastic. And what we're getting, the report we're getting from the camp of the girls as well, is that they would hold a trophy parade in Benin City as well. We hear that the parade will be held to celebrate their victory, first of all the NWFL, and then the Wafu Zone B qualifier trophy as well. Like you said, they are hosted by the governor of the state, Governor Obaseki, and his wife, Betsy Obekeseki, and then they will go on a parade with the fans and supporters on a road show around the Asian city of Benin to appreciate the people for their support.
Absolutely, yeah. So it was with the Queens from Edo State. The Edo Arsenals are showing why they are the best. And of course, the team to beat, they were quite impeccable all through the games, conceding just one goal.
Yeah.
Yes, just
Winning
one goal.
All conceding just one.
And scoring over 10 goals in that competition.
Absolutely.
Quite impeccable. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the guys. Sport Bishop. It was such a terrible feeling.
Bittersweet. Right?
To me, there was no sweet thing there. No sweet thing. The only sweet thing we got was that of Rivers talking about Enugu Rangers, who drew their game against.
It was even bitter, self at the end of the day.
Against Drew, a team from Comoros Island, playing a 1-1 draw, but it was enough to help them qualify to the next stage where they will face Angola side, Sagrada Esperanca. Yes, Sagrada Esperanca, who eliminated St. Louis United over Seychelles by 4 goals on aggregate. Mark that. They won their own games 4 goals to nil on aggregate. Why? That's of Enugu Rangers played out a 2-1 on aggregate. But for Remo Stars, which I believe I wish our YouTube channel can put up those penalties that was quite dubious according to Nigerian fans.
According to yourself, because
according to some Nigerian fans which I was able to interview, they were like, how on earth was that a penalty? It wasn't a penalty at all, but then that is what a footballer gives to you. They had to played out a 2-1 win right here in Ikane, defeating their opponent AS FAR of Morocco, and in the reverse future, they lost by 2 goals to nil.
It tells us something very important. Where football is at the moment. We did complain that even the way Enugu Rangers won that game against US Dilimanju, that they were second best. They should have lost that game if football was fair. Unfortunately, football isn't. They were second best to that team from Comoros. And for Rebel Stars, we expected what? See, let me be sincere with you. What we expected is that you're going to play in Morocco, where they've got a very noisy environment. They've got a very, let's say, unwelcoming environment. You're playing against the fans, the players, and that atmosphere can be deafening. Unfortunately, they didn't live up to expectation. Yet again, you could argue, but I don't want to be. They say lazy man argues with his tools, so I don't want to keep putting the blame on the referee, because it was the referee that stopped them from hammering this team 3-4 here in Ikene. Was it the referee that stopped them from at least scoring a goal? After all, this guy's got a goal here in Ikene, despite we playing well. So for me, let's give it what it was. Again, for the second year in a running, Remo Stars have been dumped out at the preliminary stage of the CAF Champions League. See, this is a true reflection of our football, of where the NPFL is. Like you said, the 12th best league in Africa. And they're playing in Morocco, who's in the top 5 as well. So we should be sincere. We're not better than as far. For the other team, Academy Warriors, they went to Benin Republic. I don't know how they failed to get a result here.
Against Dajer.
Exactly. Remember when Ajiji Samuel, the goal scorer here in the Kenneth, scored the equalizer in the 90 plus 4 minutes in the first league. I said, this equalizer won't make any sense, because you are going to, first of all, we saw a team that wanted to win. We talked about the president of Benoit FA saying that they don't get out to the group stage. There is no more club football
for them. It was more like a threat, but more of an encouragement to the team.
Also, 8,000 tickets were given for free to fans to first come, first
serve. For the regulars,
absolutely. So they wanted this one. They gave it their all, won by 2 goals to nil.
2 goals to 1 in Cotonou.
And then they've qualified on aggregate, 3-2 aggregate.
3-2 aggregate.
Academy Warriors dumped out. Remo Stars dumped out. We have 2 teams left in the competition. One is Aimba because of their history. They couldn't play the playoffs. They will play Etoile Filante
of Burkina Faso.
Why Enugu Rangers will go and play Sapraka
Esperanca
of Angola. We wait and see whether they. I'm scared. I'm still very scared that we may end up not even one.
Sport Bishop, why should you be scared? You are talking about the 2 best teams in Nigerian football at the moment.
Aimba is not the Aimba we used to know.
Oh wow!
If it was Rivers United, I could be my chance and say they'll get to the group stages. They always find a way around it. Get to the quarterfinal, and that's where their Achilles heel appears. But man, I'm really scared. We may end up not having any team either in the CAF Champions League or in the CAF Conditions Cup group stages when it begins.
So sad, so sad. I must say that Nigerian football teams are talking about club football. We are gradually losing face. Gone are those days where we are talking about the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederation Cups, and we have our teams already chilling in the group stage. But right now, even our champions have to go through the preliminary round. Talking about also our most successful team in CAF Champions League will still have to play in the preliminary round. Despite being drawn by in the first round, they will still play in the second half. Talking about Enugu Rangers and Aimba Football Club respectively. We continue to give them our support. At least let's have clubs, if not one, two of them in the group stage.
Yeah, you know.
Let's just have them. Somehow. Let's have them. Alright, I did promise you that we will take you around the world concerning on Super Eagles players, to be precise, on how they fared over the weekend, and that is exactly what we will give to you from the Craven Cottage. It was Alex Iwobi who scored the winner for Fulham as they defeated Wilfred Ndidi's Leicester City by 2-1. Calvin Bassey also was in that game. He featured for 90 minutes, and the goal scored by Alex Iwobi means he's the second player behind Kanu Wankwo to score in 10 consecutive Premier League seasons. He has played 10 seasons so far, scoring in each of the seasons, and Kanu Wankwo has played 12 seasons for Arsenal, West Bromwich Albion, and of course Portsmouth Football Club. We also saw the likes of Ola Aina, who played for 90 minutes for Nottingham Forest as they won Joe Aribo's Southampton by 1-0. Both of them actually, Olaina played 90 minutes, while Joe Aribo featured for just 76 minutes when he was substituted. Also in the championship, Josh Marder was also on the score sheet. In fact, he scored the winning goal for West Bromwich Albion when they defeated Stoke City by 2-1. Our own ever-present defender, talking about Semir Ajayi, was also in that game. He played for 90 minutes. Super Eagles winger, third captain according to the ranking in the Super Eagles, talking about no other but Moses Simon. He was on the score sheet for his club FC Nuns as they defeated Auxerre by 2-0. He was replaced in the second half by Mustafa Mohamed just 12 minutes to go, and of course Gabriel Osho was also in that game for Auxerre. Let's move over to Scotland Sport Bishop as our own man Siri Dashes was on the score sheet for his team Rangers as they won by 6-0, defeating Ross County. He got a brace in that one. And also in the still talking about the Scottish League, Leon Belogo was also introduced in that game where he played some few minutes in the second half. While in the Spanish La Liga, Nigerian striker Omar Sadiqa was in action for Real Sociedad as they defeated Espanyol by a lone goal. He was replaced in the 67th minute. Meanwhile, the likes of Crisantos Uche also played 90 minutes for his team at Getafe when they played out a goalless draw against Rayo Vallecano. Uche also was in for Getafe in the 1-1 draw away to Atletico Bilbao 2 weeks ago. That was during the preseason. But then no place for certain Kelechi Iheanacho in that one. He didn't fixture for Sevilla over the weekend. Victor Boniface, he was unlucky, hitting the ball twice for Bayern Leverkusen as they had to scrap a late goal to defeat Borussia Mönchengladbach by 3-2. While in Saudi Arabia, William Schuster made his debut for Al Khadloud in the Saudi Pro League, though they were defeated at home by a lone goal. It was the season opener for his team, though the 30-year-old was in action for the entire duration of the game. We will say good one.
Did we talk about Chidera Ejuke, who had a fantastic game for
Sevilla? No, we didn't talk about that, but he was in action for Sevilla.
Fantastic. If they had won that game, it would have been
the man of the match.
Unfortunately, they did not win.
But he missed some
I think that has been his problem for years.
He missed some
That's his productivity. He gets past player with ease. He reminds me of Victor Moses at his prime, but those Victor Moses was productive. He is not productive. You get past, you get to the one-on-one and place the ball over the pass.
So we can say this weekend was good for our Super Eagles players. Over 7 of them actually. We are on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think semi good, semi bad. But we'll take it.
Just only one Super Eagles team actually lost their game over the weekend.
Absolutely.
And that's Southampton.
and they lost to another Nigerian team. That had
West Bromwich
Ola,
Albion.
no, they lost to Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest,
That's,
Ola,
no. George Marshall also was on target. I can't remember last time we played for the Super Eagles. Sadiq Umar also was his team won that game.
If you ask me, this is a nice dress rehearsals for the next coach. More like should I say that?
But do we pour so much praise on this guy? Cyril Desires. He turned down a move to Saudi Arabia for good money, and instead in Scotland, all he wants to do is win games. 29 years of age, he wants to win games and maybe get a better deal to a bigger club in Europe. Wait and see.
Talking about waiting and see, before we go on that a break, Sport Bishop, let's talk about transfer now. And this time, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. We hear that is manager Robert Calender
His agent.
Oh my goodness, thank you for that one. His agent Robert Calender say that his move to Saudi Arabia side El Ali has no truth in it, even though Napoli have accepted a 65 million euros for him, but he's not ready to move to Saudi Arabia. He has not sanctioned the move.
I love the agent. He should be respected. No matter what of Calender.
That is it.
And I think he should be. Whether I like it or not, he was part of the team. Kudos have to go to that young man, celebrate him for all he's done for African football and for Napoli. And I think they should give him more respect, not trying to force him to Saudi Arabia. The guy he's too young, man. He's got like 7-8 years in the top level. Why force him to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, the money is deafening. The money is exquisite. The money is tempting. The money is enticing. But football in Europe is maintained. They eat it. Yeah.
What's happening to Ademola Lookman? He hasn't kicked the ball.
The coach has said that his head is turned. They don't want to keep a player whose head is turned on the team. He hasn't played in 2 of the games in the league. Both of the games they lost. He says, I gone to Gasparini. He says he wished that the transfer window can end before the league starts. Now he can't. Unfortunately, it's an unnecessary evil. They have to find a way around it. He says, due to the transfer speculation, don't forget he was not happy when he agreed personally with Paris Saint-Germain and they refused to find a common ground with the team from France. So, Gasparini is waiting for the transfer window to end. Whether if he would leave, he leaves. If he stays, then he can start. You know that he's fully focused with the team and he starts playing. But wait and see whether. Come on, the transfer window is about ending. 31st of August is the date. Wait and see how things find out. But
on Saturday night,
Gasparini is not ready to let him leave.
Absolutely.
Or let him play until the transfer window is ended.
And Barini has come out to say that this man for him is a better player playing for Atalanta. Coach Josep Pesaro over the weekend says he prefer Ademola Lookman to Victor Osimhen. Why? Because he's more technical than Osimhen. Let's go on this break. When we return, we will be moving to the foreign scene. One man told Mikel Obi over the weekend, shut up your mouth and respect us, African players. And the sad news coming from Sweden. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It is to the second half of your favorite sports show, Sport Lounge, reaching you live from the studio of Voice of the People, 96.1 FM, Abuja. Yes, it is that show that gets you the very best and, of course, connect you with all the trending stories making round in the world of sport. Franklin Imona is my name, the one you love to call Uncle Fine Boy. And, of course, Chukwudon Soa Rinzechi with me, also the Sport Bishop. And together we have been giving you the very best of sports. If you missed the first half, apologies. Yes, apologies. But the second half promises to be exciting. And of course, you will get involved with everything in between. Sport Bishop, can we open the phone line up for our listeners?
Absolutely. Feel free to be part of the show. Just simply send us a WhatsApp message. Yes, you heard me. A WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call. Drop your SMS or call us on this number 0808 312 8618. I'll take that again, 0808 312 8618, or you can call on 0700 010 961 961, 0700 010 961 961. I'll be part of the show. Let's keep the calls coming in. Let's talk about everything happening in the last 72 hours in the world of sports.
Absolutely. And also you can reach us on our YouTube channel as well as our Radio Garden app. No time to check time. Straight up, we move to the foreign scene. Alright, and from the foreign scene, we begin on this sad note, as it hurts the Sport Bishop hearts, and it hurts my heart even deeper, as we announce the demise of a Swedish football manager, Sven-Göran Eriksson, who was at one point touted to be the coach of the Super Eagles in 2010, but his fellow countryman, talking about the last Lagerbäck, was employed ahead of him. Though he was the former coach of the Three Lions of England between 2001 and 2006. In fact, he was the coach of England when they took on the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the goalless draw in the World Cup, dated back in Korea-Japan 2002. Yeah. We are sad to announce that he was defeated by pancreas cancer, as his family did announce to us, especially that they have lost him at the age of 76. Earlier this year, he came out to foretell his death that he has just 1 year to live. And 8 months down the line, he has joined his ancestors as Sport Bishop. Football will miss Sven-Göran Eriksson.
An absolute sport icon, I'll use that word. He was a great manager, managed the Three Lions of England during the times of the
David Beckham, the golden era. Exactly. You must say that.
Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard, John
Steven
Terry,
Gerrard, Ashley Cole, Gary Neville.
So he was that man who brought that team together. Though they were the greatest underachievers, but for the fact that he was there for a very long time, architecture in that one. I was lovely to see Liverpool give him his heart desire. He wanted to coach at the Cup before he died. It was one of his dreams, and they gave him that match, that charity game, and he was in charge of the dugout for that one day, manager for the club for a full 24 hours, and it was a good one to see. Anyway, we've lost him, 76, of which the family thought to bury loss. And we pray that England will be able to, gain from all the experience they've learned from him. But come on, a big miss and a big blow again. It seems we begin to lose a lot of people in the sporting world in recent times.
Absolutely. And our hearts goes to the family, that the Lord will give them the fortitude to bear this irreplaceable loss, as Sven-Göran Eriksson will no longer live. Alright, let's talk about all the games that went down in the top 5 major leagues in Europe, beginning from the EPL. If you are a Manchester United fan, Sport Bishop, remember we did talk about the early kickoff on Saturdays, on Fridays on the show, and it played out for Manchester United. Some persons say the goals are against Manchester United, as why on earth would a referee cancel the goal scored by Alejandro Garnacho? But then it had the touch on Joshua Zexi, and it was correctly ruled for offside, causing Manchester United to fall to their 4th defeat in 5 games against Brighton and Albion. And Manchester United, since 2016-2017, they haven't won 2 consecutive opening games in the EPL. And for Brighton and Albion, they have defeated Manchester United 5 times in 6 outings with 4 different managers. Sport Bishop, what can we say?
What I'm going to say is that Danny Welbeck loves playing against his old team, Manchester United. He scored against them 6 times.
Even when he was in Arsenal?
No, he scored against 6 times.
Including Arsenal?
Exactly. When he was in Arsenal, 6 times, he has scored more goals. Only one team he has scored more goals than playing against former team. Talking about West Ham United, where he scored 7. Well, Man United scored 6. It was his 100th goal of his club career. And doing it against Manchester United looks like a sweet taste in the man's mouth. But come on. Again, the defending of Man United, a big question mark. What's going on, man?
Both goals, similar.
The first one is, where was the market? Pedro was standing there.
Same thing.
Alone, no help from anybody. And now, on the flip side, Man United have lost the Premier League game thanks to goals in the 90 minutes plus stoppage time than any other side with 6. They've only lost 2 such games in the first 30 campaign in the competition combined. Man United are really sleeping. But I think let's look at the positive of Man United. I might always look at positive. And the positive is this. This is the first time in history where 2 Africans combined to score a goal for Man United. The assist from a certain Nasru Mazraoui and scored by Amad Diallo becomes the first time Man United has scored a Premier League goal where both goals and assists by African players. But apart from that, I think it was an abysmal performance.
They lost, and they are currently ranked 11th. Someone say area 11th. They have taken over from Chelsea. And of course, over the weekend, big wins for Tottenham Hotspur with Son Heung-min against the Braves as it defeated Everton by 4 goals to 0. Crystal Palace at home at the Sellers back, lost 2-0 to West Ham. Southampton were beaten at the St Mary's by Nottingham Forest. For Fulham, it was a good day for Alex Iwobi as he scored the winner against Leicester City. Manchester City with a hat-trick for Ellen Allen. That is his 10th hat-trick for Manchester City and in 2 seasons.
And 43rd
in his career.
No, 43rd from Man City players in the Premier League history. They are the highest, equal with Liverpool, Arsenal 41, Man United 36, and Chelsea 30.
Alejandro Trossard was the hero as Arsenal defeated Aston Villa by 2 goals to 0. Such a statement win. And Bournemouth and Newcastle played out a 1-1 draw. But then Chelsea defeated West Wolves by 6 goals to 2 with a player hitting a hat-trick. And Liverpool, as the fans are raised a banner saying, "Onslaught, we are here for you," defeated Frank Onyeka's Brentford by 2 goals to 0. Sport Bishop, you have your goal on that one. But let's talk to this caller. Hello, good evening and welcome to the show. That is my name. Who are you?
Hello?
I can hear you.
What's the name and where you calling from? Hello, what's the name and where you calling from?
Seems like that the call have dropped. Please, when you call us, we can hear you. Just go ahead.
Tell us your name,
your location, and what's on your mind. But Bishop, jump on it.
Exactly. I wanted to stay at Man City, but let me jump to Chelsea. They seem to be the guys who are having fun right now in the Premier League. Nicolas Jackson opened in 98 seconds. Chelsea's earliest Premier League goals in September 2017 against Stoke. Alvaro Morata scored 82 seconds in that game. For Kopama, he has scored 14 goals since he's given that have given Chelsea the lead in the Premier League, the most by any player at this time. But let's go to Noni Madueke. The guy is on fire. He has now scored more Premier League goals against Wolverhampton 3 than he has scored at Stamford Bridge in his whole career. 2 in 18. He seems he lost the flag against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And of course, there have been 5 occasions where a player assisting each goal for a teammate assist in history. They are Shearer, Norwell for Shearer against Coventry, Coleman for Fowler against Arsenal, Henry for Lumberg against Sunderland, Kane for Son against Southampton, and add that, the new one is Cole Palmer for Noni Madueke. He said all his 3 goals in the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Those two are beginning to form a partnership and a bromance that seems to be made in heaven.
The older, the sweeter. Talking about the wine in the body of a certain Mo Salah. He can't just score in 2 over 2 so far this season at the age of 33.
It's like a house on fire. Equality is quality. Age doesn't matter. If you're good, you're good. Ronaldo is still playing. How old is he, man?
So, he's 39.
The boy he's still the best player at Liverpool. Take it to the bank, man.
No doubt.
Goals, assists, work rate, ability to carry the team along is something you can't take away from Mo Salah. I think he's having a fantastic time for the team. And come on, kudos to all the players in Liverpool. They seem to have Ancelotti the first manager in history to win his first 2 games in charge.
Mm.
So the Klopp era is gone. They are now into a new era. It's called the Ancelotti era. And to tell you that it's not like Klopp, who's a father who wants to pamper players. When he took out Alexander-Arnold, remember in that game, the stained look when Arnold was trying to play, why did you stop me? It was like,
Who are you?
sit down there, you know. He's not a father figure. He's a coach who wants to win games. And I tell you, it's that good. But let's give a shout out to one man. His name is Virgil van Dijk. In his 100 appearance for Liverpool, he has won 82, lost 2, drawing 16. He's the only ever the 223 games.
All right.
Picked up more points in 100 games.
All right, let's take this caller. Hello, good evening and welcome to the show.
Hello? Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I'm calling from the Garki.
All right, let's hear your
I
evidence.
can't hear you people, but if you people can hear me,
We can
Let
hear
me
you.
Go
what
ahead.
I have to say.
Go ahead.
Sport Bishop, I'm also greeting you if you can hear me.
I greet you specially.
This season has begun. I don't know if they worry Man United though. Man United, every season, their own problem, they always do it themselves. I don't know why they still keep that man as a coach. I don't know who will be that problem. I'm from Man City, I'm happy for Haaland. He don't equal Wayne Rooney record in the whole of his Premier League career hat-trick. Very soon he will become the highest because I'm sure he's going to break Aguero record. So all the best to them, all the best to my team Manchester City. You have making it 5 in a row. Anybody want to me is make on challenge us for Liverpool try and only ones and do the rest are history. Thank you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you guys.
All right, thank you, evidence. I will love it when you break the odds and call us and let us hear you say it gives us this adrenaline to keep going. And it was the goal scored by a certain Nicholas Jackson that gave him the adrenaline, the urge to tell a certain Mikel Obi to shut up. Though Mikel Obi criticized him for losing a lot of chances, squandering those chances in their first game against Manchester City. And when he scored, he told him to keep his mouth shut, that he should be supporting African players. Sport Bishop, do you think that is disrespect to Mikel Obi, or you think he's right?
It is a disrespect to Mikel Obi for a player who is playing absolute nonsense. A player who has been absolutely useless for Manchester, for Chelsea. This guy is having a bad run. And if he was scoring goals like Ele Haaland and making this noise, I would say, oh, he's backing up his. After all, Madueke had to go at Wolverhampton Wanderers before that game and scored a hat trick. Remember? And even apologized for the game.
Yes.
But a certain Nicholas Jackson is not scoring goals. He's wasting chances. I think his surplus requirement for me for Chelsea. And I think Chelsea need a striker as soon as yesterday. I don't think it's Chelsea material. He should be playing for a team in the mid-table.
Like West Ham, Brentford.
Okay, Fulham is bigger than him.
Of
Let's go
course.
a big lower. Maybe
Everton.
like Southampton, who just coming from the Premier, because that's the level he is.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't have a reason why Jackson would have a go at Mikel Obi, a player who has seen it or done it or won it at Chelsea. You know, it's a no-no for me. It's totally disrespectful, and I don't think this should be acceptable. Not even in. We agree. Mikel should be supporting Africans, but not Jackson, man.
Not Jackson. All right, so let's cross over to the Spanish La Liga, where there was a big win for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and of course, not too good weekend for our owner Sevilla, who had the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho and Ejuke, who we are not on the score sheet, and it wasn't a good outing for them. But this man Hendrik, 16-year-old, scoring his first goal for Real Madrid and dedicating that goal to Ronaldo Nazario, who was among the VIP stand right there at the Santiago Bernabeu.
The boy is sticking the right boxes. The boy understands PR, and I love the boy for that. He gets it done. I still, for one, still think he's a work in progress, but the fact that he's sticking the boxes is good. I think he will come good for Madrid, but in the future,
no doubt.
But I don't think he's going to be.
I love the quality of that goal.
Exactly. The turn. Come on. It tells you that Madrid has got quality players. You would argue, you could believe that they had only 7 players in the bench. They had injury problems, but
it didn't show. You look at the age bracket: Brahim Diaz, Vinicius, Mbappe, Endrick, Goller.
You know,
Federico Valverde,
the man of the moment.
Just amazing.
I can play anywhere in the team. Right back and left back and right wing, left wing, midfield. The guy is an absolute gem, man.
Spot Bishop, is it a 3-man horse race for Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. Though all of them won their game over the weekend,
Yeah.
but Dortmund showed quality. They didn't
That
consider
boy,
goal. A
it is.
clean sheet, 2-0 against the entering Frankfurt,
Yeah.
while Bayern Leverkusen, they had to leave it late,
2-1.
just like last season.
Granit Xhaka and Florian Wirtz.
3-2
Florian
actually.
Wirtz, absolutely. 1-3-2. From 2-1 down to 3-2. Bayern Munich also from 2-1 down to 3-2. Away
And
from
at
home.
one point, Bayern Leverkusen were leading 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So kudos have to go to Bayern Munich, 2-1 down 3-2. Kudos go to Bayern Leverkusen. They started the house like, if they had not won the first game as the team who started the league, there'll be question mark on Xabi Alonso whether that last year's
Was a fluke.
shenanigans was a fluke. But they've done the job. But I want to stay with Dortmund. Jotun Kittens, that boy is a young boy. He's got a brace in that game to help his team against Eintracht Frankfurt. If you see those goals, the quality of those goals, you won't believe that this guy is quite young. And this is why they've got the best young players playing for them in the German Bundesliga.
Actually, and one game will be going down later tonight at the home of Sevilla, as the Villarreal, I beg your pardon, as they will be taking on a Celta de Vigo later tonight. While in the German Bundesliga, all games have been concluded for the week. But in the Italian Serie A, one game is already on, a 23-minute-old Cagliari at the Meco Conglea Stadium. They will take on a Como. Yes, that game is goalless at the moment, 23 minutes old, and Juventus will take on Hellas Verona at 7:45. Big wins for Inter Milan, bigger wins for the likes of Torino, who defeated Atalanta by 2-1. Napoli also won 3-0, but AC Milan losing to Parma.
First time in their history, they failed to win a game in their first two games of the season. Really sad for AC Milan.
So sad for us to also say our goodbyes. I wish we can continue, but sadly time is not on our side. But one man is speaking in the world of tennis. He's saying, look, no one is in top gear. It is a wide open US as the last Grand Slam of the year awaits us. This man, Novak Djokovic, is saying it's going to be tough.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But come on, the US Open is up and running. We wish the best man luck. And this is the first time all players are going to the team without. They can't see this guy is guy on form. Except maybe Yannick Sinner. So let's expect a rumble at the US Open.
5 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, God willing, we will be back on the show. But if you love what we did, keep it with us. And of course, we will be back on the show. Up next is the World News. You can keep those comments coming on our WhatsApp handle, and we will take them tomorrow when we return, God willing, to give your voice a hearing. On behalf of the Sport Bishop and I, we want to say